Hi, and welcome to Discover Meditation. My name is Alex Schubert. I am a meditation mindfulness researcher, teacher, and of course, practitioner. And this show is all about sharing my experience and my knowledge of meditation and mindfulness with all of you. So, as we start every show, and as we will start this show, we're going to start with a short breathing meditation. So for this meditation, you can position yourself however you would like, whether it be sitting in a chair or any other position that might be comfortable for you, sustainable for this short meditation. The only thing you want to be sure of is that you can take a nice, even breath and that you're comfortable. So we're going to start this meditation the way we will be starting most of these meditations, by getting in that comfortable position. And the nice thing about mindful meditation is that there's no right way to position yourself, but again, making sure that you're comfortable, that it's sustainable, and that you can take that nice even breath. So we're going to start this with a nice deep breath, slowly letting it out. And again, throughout this meditation, there's no need to force your breath in any way. The idea isn't that there's a right way to breathe, but that we're just breathing as feels natural to us. Just in and out. You're welcome to leave your eyes opened or closed for this meditation. But if you decide to leave them open, finding a spot in front of you to gaze at, allowing your eyes to slightly unfocus. And if you're wearing glasses, it may be easier to just take them off. Just breathing in and out. Starting by noticing what it feels like to breathe. Seeing if you can follow your breath as you inhale, passing your nose or mouth, entering your lungs. Maybe noticing the gentle rise and fall of your abdomen. Just seeing at what point you can connect with your breath. As you breathe in and out. Rising and falling. Just noticing your thoughts as they come and go. Seeing if you can let them leave your mind as easily as they entered. Not hanging on to any one thought. Seeing if you can let them gently flow, much like they're on a river or cloud. Just entering your mind and leaving. Gently bringing your attention back to your breath. Back to the act of breathing, the sensations. In and out. Seeing if you can allow this moment to be as it is. Noticing the urge to change it, to engage in another activity, to start daydreaming, remembering, and always bringing your attention back. Just being aware that your attention wandered back to the breath, back to this moment. Just as it is. It may help to count your breaths. 1, 2, just following the inhale and the exhalation. And again, that was just a simple, short breathing meditation. The kind of thing that you can do with just a moment's notice. Quick decision to be mindful in between phone calls or stressful moments or interactions between people before you go shopping, after you go shopping, before you cook a meal, or even short commercial break. Don't have to have an hour of time to do this, but just a few moments to dedicate to yourself, to the act of being aware. A moment to take care of yourself, to be with yourself. Just allowing these moments. You may find that as you start doing this more often, you might start to need to do this because you notice that there is a big effect. In fact, many people will cite that they are more able to deal with the stressors that life throws at them when they've spent a moment to be more aware, to breathe, to bring themselves to a more relaxed or calm state of mind. Again, just a simple practice. So today, for this show, we're going to focus more on what I would consider contemplative meditations. We're going to look a little bit at meditation as a whole, and we've talked about it in a secular way. We've talked about its medical origins, its benefits in psychiatry, psychology, therapy, or in the medical professions with things like dermatitis, with heart attacks or stress or any sort of ailments. But today we're going to look at more of it in a traditional sense, at where it came from, of where all of this started. And we'll end this program with a few contemplative meditations where we're going to use some literature, some poetry, and meditate more with ideas and with poetic thoughts and sounds. Again, meditation's a funny thing. There are many, many different ways to do it, many different traditions. In general, meditation started a long time ago in India with somebody known as Prince Siddhartha. I believe I'm pronouncing it right. But he was an Indian prince, as the stories go, and of course we know as thousands of years have passed that stories change over time, and the history can sometimes be lost as it's orally passed down. But in general, it's believed that this Prince Siddhartha was born to this life of luxury and was kept from seeing any of the suffering in the world. He was kept in his, I don't know what it would be, a castle of some sort, whatever it might be called in India, and never saw any sort of suffering, never saw sickness, never saw death. And as the story goes, one day he stumbled upon a man who was dying and was really shocked by this, something he had never seen before. And from there started to explore what is this suffering, this dying, this sickness that is part of the human condition. As you may know, India at that point was, and still today, largely Hindu. And so this prince was raised in the Hindu tradition, and so spent time with Brahmins and went to learn to be a Hindu priest, a Brahmin, and tried to see if he could find peace within this religion. And the story goes that he did try this for quite a long period, became very successful at it, but in the end found it to be fairly empty. He tried starving himself and seeing if he could find this happiness, this freedom of suffering through severe starvation, through giving up all worldly goods, and of course found that the answer was not there either. And again, this becomes some sort of legend over time, kind of mixed with Hindu traditions, but the idea of this Prince Siddhartha sat under what was called the Bodhi tree, and I believe sat for a very long time, though I don't remember the exact legend, including seeing the great Hindu gods who tried to tempt him. I believe Mara was the main god who tried to tempt him. And through this period gained what is known as enlightenment, and at that point became the Buddha, or the enlightened one. So this Prince Siddhartha from then on became known as the Buddha. So one of the things that tends to happen in the United States, in America, and maybe in Europe as well, is when people hear of the Buddha, they think, oh, this must be another god. There's statues of him, there are temples with him on it, there are shrines, so he must be some sort of unearthly being. When in reality, the Buddha